Okay, hello and welcome to another live show. And as you can see, Trishadi has joined with us. And tomorrow is the decided day in Delhi. India women will take on Australia women. It's
Don't
1-1
say
after
decided day
losing
in
the.
Delhi. It almost seems like it's an election. Decided day in Delhi.
Yes, but for us, it's more than election, right? And I think just before the World Cup, a perfect stage. You are facing a champion team like Australia. There is a chance that if you play well, you can win a series just before the World Cup. And what can be a better option than that? As a preparation just before the World Cup. So
Absolutely.
after
Absolutely.
losing the first match, you came back and won the second match, and now the third match. But Trishadi, as you just attended the press conference of Australia, Australia had a training session in this heat. But first, I want to ask you how about the temperature? Is there any difference between the temperature in Chandigarh and Delhi?
I think more than temperature, the humidity is different. There's a little bit of a breeze here going on, and the humidity is much lesser. I think because of the rain, it was much more in Chandigarh, or whatever be the reason. Here, I would say in the shade at least, it's pretty okay. Again, in the sun, of course, it's not okay, but if you are Litchfield, then everything is fine.
Yes. And as Trishadi mentioned, Litchfield, there are two big updates from Australian camp. Litchfield is not going to play tomorrow's match, as Trishadi has already reported, because of quad strain, but still she is in action in the practice session. How? That Trishadi will share with you. And another update regarding the spinner Sophie Molineaux, the all-rounder, I might say. So Trishadi, please elaborate both the big updates from the camp, Australian camp.
Absolutely. I have a feeling that while Litchfield will be sitting out, Sophie Molineaux will be part of the playing 11. Litchfield, of course, is carrying a quad strain, and Australia don't want to risk her. Probably she'll straight up play in the warm up game. I think the first warm up they have is against New Zealand. I'm not 100% sure, but probably whatever. So he will be playing the warm up game. That's there. Um, with but with Litchfield, the moment I came, I saw Litchfield running. Again, they are practicing from 2 a.m., 2 p.m. So it's
Yes.
very hot out there, and it's sunny. Unlike Chandigarh, where you could see cloud cover at times, and there was a little bit of relief because of the rain. Here, of course, it's completely different. While there's a bit of a breeze, but when you are under the sun, it's obviously very, very hot. She was running, and I asked one of the Australian journalists there. I asked, why is she running? Why does she do this run for endurance? She just shook her head and said, that's Litchfield. Like, nobody. See, when it's Grace Harris and Litchfield, I have realized over the last 1 week that I have been here and I have been speaking to, different
Yeah.
journalists or team, members associated, or watching the Australian team closely. I think they have given up on both the players and their energy, rather. They're like, "ठीक है, ये लोग घूमेंगे, कूदेंगे." I mean, we can't do anything. They'll talk, they will jump. So, but Litchfield actually was giving a bit of a fitness test. She ran around the ground, and then I don't know why was she walking around with a bottle with bottles of water, two, three. Maybe she was trying something. In fact, in one of I think in Georgia Wall's story, you can see Litchfield is rolling around and sunbathing or something of that sort. Nobody knows what is she doing, and pretty much that's how it works. People don't want to know what she's doing because it's not controllable, and nobody wants to invest in uncontrollables. So it's that.
Yes, absolutely. And Sophie Molyneux, with the practice session that you watched, you think that she will be a part of the playing 11 tomorrow?
Absolutely. If you can, I have sent you photos. It's
Yes.
there in the thumbnail also, I think. So
Yes.
she's practicing in the points cover area, backward point cover. So the exercise that she's doing is she's taking, like, she's fielding one ball and then she's going around the half circle. That's the perimeter around the pitch. She's running that, then she's coming back to the position and she's fielding again. Initially it was just in that position that she was fielding, and then now towards the end the coach was actually giving her, she was standing there but the ball was going towards extra cover and the coach was asking her to chase the ball. overall she's not limping at all. She was doing it comfortably. Obviously, under the sun she was feeling the heat, but as far as I thought, the endurance test, I believe that was an endurance test, and the endurance test went well. So it seems like, from what I'm hearing, that high chances Sophie Molineaux will make a surprise entry in the third game.
Playing. Yes, yes, and I think it will be a huge boost for her and obviously for the team because warm up part there are there, but still a competitive game is a competitive game, and I think it will be far more better for her to get a game time just before the World Cup. So that is and for Australia, Ashley Gardner, another all rounder, came for the PC. So Prisha, the talking points from that PC, anything special, anything particular that she said about tomorrow's game?
I think the biggest talking point of any Australian PC has now become the fact that they are coming to PCs way before time. That's one thing.
Yeah.
They we are getting the notice that the PC will be at 4:30. Actually, it's starting with, so the Australian PC was supposed to be at 5, and the Indian PC was
Okay.
supposed to be at 5:30. The Indian
Yes.
PC remains at 5:30, but the Australian PC, then when we entered the ground, it was said it'll be 4:30, and then
Okay.
it was done by 4:10. It started. So I think they don't want to handle too many questions, so they're just sending the players quickly. But no, to be honest, um, one of the main talking points was, I think, Gardner was asked whether she likes to bowl with the new ball and how different it is. She gave a very plain answer. She said, I like bowling for Australia. I don't care whether the ball is new or old. But as a spinner, of course, you like bowling when the ball is softer. Otherwise, it comes onto the ball, sorry, it comes onto the bat easier. But
Mm.
I knew that there will be situations when I have to bowl with the new ball. So I think wherever I'm going, why are there cars who are almost
Cars,
planning to,
cars are
take
everywhere.
me down?
Cars are everywhere.
But
But Shadi, there is no chance of seeing Grace Harris in the playing 11, right? Tomorrow also.
could be, could be tomorrow. Today she was practicing very hard. In fact, I saw her
Mm.
bowling in the net. Also saw Georgia Wall bowling in the nets. Very interesting.
Okay.
Um,
Mm.
if Litchfield is not playing, which is going to be the case, 90% is what I'm hearing, because of the quad strain. They want to give her a rest until unless she convinces Aliza Healy. You never know. She goes to Healy's room and says, "Look, you have to get me to play. Otherwise, I'll keep running all through the innings." Then maybe he will be like, "Okay, fine. You don't have to do all that caricature and you can play." But in general, Litchfield won't be playing. Wall will get another chance, and I think it is extremely important for Georgia Wall to utilize this opportunity. With Litchfield back, I think it's going to be very difficult for her to break through. So this is going to be a big inning for Georgia Wall. I did see her bowling. The other day she was rolling her arm over in the nets, but today she did bowl for 15-20 minutes. So yeah, that's one more option that probably Australia will be looking at when Georgia Wall plays tomorrow. The other thing
Yes.
is, Ashley Gardner
Yes.
had a long
Agreed.
practice.
Mm.
She said that, I need to I really need to uh, step up with the bat, which is so true. So I think overall Australia said that we are looking at the positives. We are going to be back, and yet the intensity of practice was something that could tell you that yes, Australia did lose, and it stung them. So they're going to come hard at India. Um, Perry, nothing new, but Perry did have an intense batting session. That is not something new. Right
Yeah.
now, in fact, when I was coming out and Molinu was finishing her endurance test, come practice, Ellis Perry, with a rugby ball in hand, was walking all around the ground. Why do these people walk and run? Is very difficult to understand. But yeah, that's it. Today, Alana King had a brilliant batting session. In fact,
Okay.
from what I'm hearing for the ODI team, Alana King is placed before Georgia Wareham. So
Okay. Mm.
yeah, if Molyneux is back, then they will go with Alana King more than like the inclination is towards Alana King more than Georgia Wall. So
Mm.
yeah,
So, so Trishadi, do you
not
think
Georgia Wall,
what
Georgia
will be the
Wareham.
yeah, but Trishadi, do you think that what will be the main reason behind that? Because all of us were thinking that maybe Georgia Wareham will be the first player ahead of getting nod ahead of Alana King. But do you think giving extra some AR or something that helps Alana King to be a
Yeah,
better?
I actually had a longest chat with who, let's not name, but yeah,
Yeah.
I kind of had a longest chat, and what I realized is, in fact, I mean, Alana King actually has the second best strike rate or the best strike rate since the last World Cup in ODIs, and number of wickets also probably she's the second or something. The other thing which worked for her was if Sophie Molineaux comes back, then Georgia Wareham was ahead of Alana King because of the batting part. But if Molineaux
Yes.
is back, then the batting part is covered. So as a
Yes.
bowler, in the last 1 year, it is true that
It is
Alana King
only
has
as a
proved
bowler.
herself to be way more
Yes.
consistent. And we have seen that in the last two games also, Wareham has bowled a few full tosses. So, yeah, I think that way, what I like about Australia, they have problem of plenty, but the thought process is very very clear.
Very clear.
So whoever I was speaking to said, look, somebody is saying I'm waiting for your live session after India practice. India is not practicing today, so there will be no live from my end. I can't tell you on practicing because I'm also not practicing today, much like India. No, but on a serious note, India is not practicing today, so this
Yes.
is this is our only live that you're seeing. But of course, you will get press conference copies and preview copies, so do keep an eye on repsports.in. Getting back to the discussion, and Sneha, very clearly it was stated that we look at Georgia Wareham ahead of Alana King when it comes to T20Is. We look at Alana King ahead of Georgia Wareham when it comes to ODIs. So yeah, it is that.
And as you mentioned, that the thought process is very clear, and I think it is rightly clarified to players also. I think players are also know, okay, this is the thinking of my selection in this particular format for this team, and I think that works for them also. So that is good. So let's see that in the World Cup, if we see that okay, Sophie Molineaux and Anna King is starting, then we have to think that okay, this is the thinking that is going behind the scene
No, that is
for
what is
Australia.
going to happen. That is what is
Yes,
going to
that
happen.
is.
And if they are looking for a third spinner, and if they get a place for a fourth spinner, sorry, no, of
Okay,
course not
yeah,
third spinner,
that's like
the
that.
leading spinner. So that is also very clear in their head. They're like, our main spinner is Ashley Gardner, then it's Sophie Molyneux, and then it's Alana King. And then if we want an extra spinner, we
Well,
might go for Georgia Wareham, but right now we don't see a place for her to fit in.
yeah, and absolute three different spinner. You have a off spinner, right arm off spinner. You have a left arm orthodox, and you have a right arm leg spinner. So I think excellent, super variation is there, and obviously the pacers, experienced one and young pacers also are there. So that is what Australia is known for, full strength, full of surprises, Trishadi, here and there. Yes,
Ask
but
the
Trishadi,
people
as you
there who
mentioned.
are coming here. Yeah.
But Tisha, as you mentioned, that India will not have a practice session today. Only Afiki is there. But do you think that at least a optional practice session should have been there to get acclimatized with Delhi weather because it is something different, as you mentioned.
I would think so. I would think so.
Yeah.
I was pretty shocked. In fact,
Hmm.
I texted the media manager asking, "Are you sure of what you wrote?"
Did you
Yeah,
do
because
that?
I did ask that India is not practicing. So I was confirmed that no, India is not practicing, and there will be only a press conference because it did seem like a bit of a shocker. I do understand that India is just coming back from an England series, had two camps, then
Yeah.
these matches, but it just seems like as a series decider, it seemed surprising, especially because then you see that in the afternoon session,
Hmm.
Australia is practicing, who should be having a tougher time adjusting to the weather. But then again,
Yes.
India has just won. Maybe they know better than what I do.
Yes. Yes. Absolutely. And as you mentioned, because when
Maybe
your
they
team
want
is
to.
getting
Maybe
the
idea, I think.
evening time
So,
slot.
so yes, Neeraj, I think the idea is to save themselves from injury. Because,
Mm.
and if that's the case, I don't have a problem with that, because look, you have a longish World Cup coming up. Yes, winning this series probably is important, but if you actually look at the whole bigger picture, it does not
Yes.
matter if you end up losing the series. I'm sure that they will give they will give 100% on the field. I'm not doubting that, but what I'm saying is, if that means you don't practice and you save yourselves, you don't get cramped up, because there was cramps happening. You could see Smriti, for example, was, and
Mm.
understandably so. So
Yeah.
whoever I was speaking to in the Australian lineup, I was like, what do you think is went wrong last game? She looked at me, smiled, and said, Smriti. I was
Simple
like, well
and
done,
sorted
buddy.
answer.
Yeah, that was like, well done, buddy. So, there's another thing that I learned about the Australia mentality, that they apparently, the loss, they're saying, see, with us, we are there. When we lose, we don't become this sad. When we win, we don't over celebrate. We are in between. I was like, yeah,
Mm.
the professional attitude. So whoever it is said that, yes, we have come here to work. We
Mm.
work, we leave. Absolutely
Mm.
professional.
Lovely, lovely.
By
That's
the
the
way, have you
mentality
guys
that
noticed
all
they
these
had a
get.
very, very long wicket keeping session?
Okay.
See, that's
Mm.
why, you end up wondering. It's something that you don't want to think about, but you end up wondering that Australia is getting into such intense practice session, whereas you don't see India even turning up for an optional practice session. That you just,
Mm.
as you just said, at times makes you wonder that maybe um, India should have had, even if it was an hour, or even if it was just fielding practice or something, I don't know. But again, maybe so yeah.
Yes, and Australia are doing in the afternoon slot, right, 2 to 5 p.m. And now
I
you
think
are
that's
also
their
getting that
strategy. They want
evening
to,
slot. Hmm.
yeah, I think that's their strategy, because they want to feel that heat.
Hmm. Yes, I think so. I think so. That might be a reason. Okay, Tushati, can you take some comments? But again, somehow the
Yes,
comments are not showing here.
let's take. What did I do? At times I don't know what do I end up doing. तुसी जिथे भी हो सिरा करने हो, eh? दीपक, व्हाट डज इट मीन? ये कौन सा लैंग्वेज है? ये क्या लिख दिया तुमने भाई?
शायद ज्यादा ही
हम
कुछ टिपिकल पंजाबी हो
नो,
गया
आई
शायद ये.
थिंक इट्स पंजाबी, बट बहुत ज्यादा पंजाबी है भाई, इतना पंजाबी
Yeah,
नहीं आता.
it's too much Punjabi for us.
तुसी तक तुसी जिथे भी
Yeah,
जाने हो, इतना
तुझसे
तो
जा
समझ
रहे
में
हो,
आया. सीधा मतलब,
तुझसे जा रहे हो. वो
किसी के
भी
सर
कुछ
पे
कुछ होता
मार
है
दिया
कि
मैंने.
मेरे को पता है. Hmm.
Uh, Same 11 as last match or Tejal play? Interesting question. I think they should go with the same 11, because at least from what the pitch seems right now, may have a little bit of a grass there. So I would say go with Seamers. Money is saying Smriti. Okay, Smriti,
A
Pratika,
team.
Amanjot, Harman, Jemmy, Richa, Deepthi, Radha, Rana, Kranti, Renuka. This is my playing 11 for World Cup. Amanjot already played number 3 in England series, 6 proper bowlers in this 11. Yes, but I don't think this 11 is happening. So, yeah. I don't see Hurlin going out. Okay. Prince of World is asking, will Litchfield play tomorrow or going with Wall? It's going to be Wall, because
Yeah. Litchfield is
um
down with a quad spin.
yes.
So that is why Georgia Ball will get another
That's what
chance.
the physio says. What does the physio know? Of course, Litchfield is Litchfield.
Yes. But Trishati, did you see that ball action is kind of similar to Kedar Jadhav bowling action, right? Side up.
Yeah, yeah, pretty much. It's very interesting, and it's difficult to pick up if he does bowl,
Hmm. Hmm.
especially if it's at night and if there is no
Hmm.
dew. It'll be very interesting to pick up
Underlined.
someone like,
Underlined.
yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. Okay, Pavan Suresh is saying, how is weather in Delhi? It is hot, but lesser than Chandigarh. I think it is better than Chandigarh, because in Chandigarh by now I would have been sweating all over, but here it's pretty much okayish. Okay. Hurling strike rate is a big concern for India. If due comes, three seamers must be in the playing 11, Radha or Charani. That is bit tricky. As a bowler, Charani better than Radha, but overall package, Radha good. Absolutely. I think, Mani, you have hit the nail on its head.
Yeah.
That will be the problem for the Indian selectors as well. Let's go. Take this question. Oh, how will you take this question? I'll only have to take this question. Delhi's bowling friendly pitch or batting friendly pitch, is that flat same as Chandigarh? Not as flat as Chandigarh. Maybe there will be a little help for the bowlers, but only a
But
tiny bit. I don't think. See, this is the start of the season, so it's not like the pitches will be tired. There will be, it will be good wickets to bat on wherever you go. Even in the World Cup, initial stages of the
yes,
World Cup, you will find good wickets to bat on, and then maybe a bit of turn come into play. But yeah, mostly it will be flat pitches. Hey, where did I go? Wait, what is this? Wait, guys. Tomorrow, नहीं, नो, ये नहीं था, ये नहीं था, ये नहीं था. कहाँ था भाई? रुक जाओ, थोड़ा तुम लोग टाइम दो. इतना कमेंट कर
गुम।
दिया है तुम लोगों ने कि
इतना कमेंट हो गया,
मैं
गुम हो
कंफ्यूज हो
गए
गई.
हम लोग।
हाँ, किधर चले गए भाई? रिवर्स कूप, ये तो नहीं पा रहा था. Somebody is writing about Mahatma Gandhi. Guys, please don't do stupid stuff. I want to see India chasing in next game, because most of the game they were back first. What do you think, Snehashish?
Yes, I would love to see, India chasing tomorrow's game because, as Trishadi said, and I think both of us were saying from the start of the series that we just want to see the team competing in every way possible. And just before the World Cup, I think it is another scenario that we haven't done that much. That while batting second, going for a chase around 270, 280, or maybe a 300 plus totals. So I think you batted both times in the first two matches, scored at least 280 plus both times. So that is a positive that you can take. Okay, on our bad day also, after only at certain good partnership at the top, we still managed to score those 280, 290 runs, especially in the second ODI. I will say with five pure batters, we managed to score 290 plus. I think that was a decent effort. I think they must be happy. But in the last ODI, I think India should go whether whatever happened in the toss, I think they should go for the chase. I think that would be a best option for them in terms of preparation just before the World Cup.
Absolutely, completely agree with you. Okay. Our players don't play unconventional shots like reverse or scoop at all, while Aussies play these shots often, even for singles or doubles also. I think it has also got to do with the fact that the bounce in Australia is a lot more, and the balls come on to the bat a lot easier. So it's easier for them to practice such shots. In our case, the pitches in which domestic matches happen, they're very slow. They tend to keep low. I don't think reverse scoop is a very good option. In
Yes.
fact, I know a number of incidents where people trying to sweep have actually broken their nose or face. Not face. I mean, what is this called? Lip.
Yes.
Prince of World is saying, I would like to see Grace Harris playing. She's good at bowling as well. If Grace Harris is playing, then I think you will not miss Phoebe Litchfield in the ground, because that's another character who has a lot of energy. If Grace Harris is playing, then I think some of the commentators can take a rest tomorrow.
Give
Trishadi,
her a
why Poonam
mild
Rao not
batting.
playing nowadays? For India, what went wrong? I think age, strike rate, both. I think age and strike rate, and also where can Poonam Rao play? Poonam Rao was an opener. There's no place there to play. So yeah. Um, एग्जैक्टली दीपक, पूनम राउत का स्ट्राइक रेट लो था, निकाल दिया. ऐसे कौन लिखता है भाई? रिलैक्स करो. इतने तो निकाल दिया मतलब दरवाजा खोल के निकाल दिया लगता है. ओके. आर्यन कुछ बोल रहा है. Who do you think will win the series? I Heart
India.
says India, head
Yes.
says Australia.
Yes.
And will and it will always be, if it's India Australia, it
Always
will
will
always be
India.
with your
Yes.
heart will say India. And yeah, Prince of World, this is what I answered. India has no practice session. In fact, in 5 minutes I'll be going inside for the India press conference. फिर पता चला
Yes.
talk
हो गया.
about lots of India under 19 women players sitting outside, including Trisha. I'm not sitting outside. I'm doing live from outside. Oh, you're talking about Trisha. Sorry. Proved last World Cup she played better than most of the senior in India team. Now, shame on North Indian lobbing no South. हैं? What are you even
And
saying? ये कहाँ से आ जाते हो आप लोग? मतलब यार अंडर 19 से इंटरनेशनल में ट्रांजिशन तो एक होगा. अंडर 23 खेलेंगे, अंडर 25 खेलेंगे, वहां से यहाँ लेके आ जाएंगे क्या? ऐसे नहीं होता. आई मीन सिलेक्टर ठीक है, आपको सिलेक्टर्स नहीं पसंद फॉर व्हाटएवर रीजन, बट रैंडम चीजें क्यों बोल रहे हो? Best, as you said, Alana King has best strike rate since last World Cup, but last match जब तक स्मृति आउट नहीं हुई, किंग को बॉल नहीं दिया. I think because
left hand leg spinner. I think that is why maybe.
yeah, but then
He-
I do think that they should have gotten Alana King, and I also think
Yes.
that
Yes.
next game if Smriti settles down, that won't happen. King, you will see
But
King bowling 1 or 2 overs.
yes. Yes. And for me, this number based thinking doesn't work for me. It's baseless
Yeah,
for
at
me.
all, at all,
Yeah.
absolutely. Tomorrow is a game day. Why India not practicing today? मेरी मर्जी, उनकी मर्जी.
My home
I
game,
have no
my
idea,
home
but
ground.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. My guess is as good as yours, but my guess is going to be that I think they are just giving themselves a bit of rest. Harman had made it very clear at the beginning of the series that she does not want the like anybody to come out injured. And last game, I think the girls gave it all. Renuka, of course, got a bit of cramp, so I think they're handling, giving the body proper rest. There is one thing that we often don't realize, that for an athlete to perform well, it is extremely important that you give the
Rest,
body a lot of rest. I think otherwise, see, athletes like Neeraj Chopra
recovery.
also go through injuries, and
Uh,
there are troubles. The body is handling a lot. Hi, Tushaji. I'm not Tushaji. I'm Trisha. It's a very easy name, but okay. Hi, Tushaji. My question is, if we ask one all-rounder for Team India, like Deepthi or Amanjot, can be bat at top order like 3 or 4, it will be for we can go 6 bowling option with strong line. I absolutely agree. In fact, अगर आप मुझसे पूछो ना, जाके अमनजोत और दीप्ति दोनों को बोल दो कि तुम दोनों में से किसी एक को भी on a given day we can send in at number 3. Whoever gets out, if Smriti gets out, then Deepti goes in at number 3. If Pratika gets out, then Amanjot goes in at number 3. सीधी बात
yeah.
कर दो, then you can play 6 bowling options also, and you will have enough length in the batting order, enough depth in the batting order also. But don't see that happening. I think I hardly see Herlene being dropped. Loved to see her Perry moment pick.
Yes.
Yes. Uh, it was very sweet of Alice Perry also to pose, because it was after the match. They had lost the match. It was hot. She had finished the press conference also. In fact, she came out last, but she did pose for the picture. So good. Thank you so much. Where is G Trisha under 19 player? No news on her. Shame on lobby. Who is this lobby? Yaar? Only getting North players getting chance. G Trisha proved in the World Cup. But they will get no. एक तो आपने अपना नाम ही लिख रखा है, no one. इसका क्या जवाब दूं मैं? नाम तो कम से कम लिख लो यार. No one. किसने
They
सवाल
they
पूछा? No one.
they are playing in different respective tournaments, age based tournaments. They are
Yeah.
playing whenever they will get opportunity. They will get opportunities under 19, under 23, India A, and then you will see G Trisha playing in Indian colors one day. No worries.
Absolutely. Series G, is Renuka available for tomorrow's match? If not, then who replaces her? मैं अगर ये प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस में भी पूछूं तो भी जवाब यही आएगा कि हाँ, everybody is fit. And
Yes.
tomorrow we might or might not see. If you ask my opinion on this, then I would say rest Renuka. Why risk her at all? So
Yes.
It's a double-edged sword, no? Renuka came back and suddenly the bowling lineup looked completely different. Now, do you want to rest her? Do you want to play straight up in the her straight up in the World Cup? I would want to do that, but
Hmm.
Shirish, you know, right person.
Right person.
त्रिषा जी जिससे बात की उसका नाम बता ही दो, इतना सस्पेंस क्यों? नहीं, थोड़ा सा सस्पेंस जिंदगी में अच्छा होता है. Acha, I am sure they will come with solid plan against Smriti. If it's not working or not, we can see good competitive match. Absolutely, and ultimately, law of averages catches up. This series she has been fantastic. In fact, to be very honest, I'm a little superstitious, so I'm hoping that Smriti does not do well in the next match, so that we
Yes,
have her doing well in the World Cup.
yes, yes.
Somebody is saying on off is saying, hey, how are you? I am good.
Okay,
Thank
all
you,
good,
Snehashi. How are you?
all good, all good. Thank you.
Okay. On off has just said India will win tomorrow. आपके मुंह में
Good.
घी शक्कर और कुछ भी मीठा जो भी आसपास हो सब.
Yes.
SAW वर्सेस पाक डब्ल्यू के बारे में शब्द आप बोलिए
सब
स्नेहाशीष जी, क्योंकि हम तो देख नहीं पा रहे शब्द.
एग्जैक्टली अभी मैच चल रहा है, अभी स्कोर मुझे मालूम नहीं, मैच अभी थोड़ी देर पहले मैं देखा कि मैच चल रहा है, तो देखते हैं कैसे क्या होता है। पहले मैच तो हम लोग को मालूम ही है कि कितना बढ़िया बैटिंग किया साउथ अफ्रीका ने, मैनेजर ने, कैप्टन टैस्मिन बिट्स दोनों ने अनबीटन 100 रन इन दैट गेम, 255 चेज डाउन। तो देखते हैं आज क्या होता है। तो ठीक है, कल भी हम लोग कुछ शब्द इसके बारे में बोलेंगे जब हम प्री मैच लाइव में आएंगे।
कुछ कुछ ही
यस,
शब्द बोलेंगे.
यस।
वाई की अरे यार. पवन सुरेश इज सेइंग हाई नाउ. पवन ये क्या हो गया? पहले आपने सवाल पूछा फिर हाई बोला. ये तो ये तो नॉट नॉर्मल. November 2 World Cup final happened. At the same time, India men's playing a T20 series against Australia. It's not fair. I hope India women play the World Cup final. If men's World Cup final happen, there's no women's matches. Biased ICC. I don't think so. I mean, come on. जिनको देखना होगा वो देख लेंगे.
एग्जैक्टली।
पवन सुरेश, हरमनप्रीत को स्कोर करना पड़ेगा. ये तो उनको भी पता है कि स्कोर करना पड़ेगा, तो अभी क्या ही.
देखते हैं, अभी
हरमनप्रीत
करेंगे।
कौर कैप्टन है भाई. इसका क्या मतलब हुआ? वो कैप्टन है तो वो स्कोर नहीं करेंगे? ये लॉजिक है तुम्हारा दीपक कि क्या? तुम मतलब मैं कंफ्यूज हूँ कि मैं तो कैप्टन हूँ भाई. Harmanpreet don't have any consistency. Just score once in a blue moon. Still, how long she occupy the place? Till you find a replacement, she occupy the place.
सिंपल।
Simple. Please ask about Jemmy's health. Jemmy does not have. I was going to say Jemmy does not have press conference. Sorry, I meant Jemmy does not have fever right now, but he's just taking rest before the World Cup. Again, completely understandable. मैंने
वार्म अप।
तो ऐसे ही बोला जिसको पता ना हो कि हरमन कैप्टन है. नहीं दीपक, मेरे को क्यों लग रहा है कि कोई तो स्लाइड डिग था ये हरमन पे. झूठ मत बोलो तुम. तुम्हारा ये कहना था कि क्योंकि कैप्टन है इसीलिए. नहीं नहीं दीपक, ये तो गलत हो गया. ऐसे झूठ मत बोलो दीपक तुम. विमेन 84 फॉर नो लॉस इन 17.1 ओवर्स. अरे यार, पहले पहले बैटिंग कर रहे, 300 कर देंगे. Really think India should be practicing. I understand recovery is important, but an optional practice could be there, especially
हाँ,
for fielding. आइए, I completely agree with you. आइए,
मतलब
आइए, आपका इंतजार है.
मतलब जो जो प्लेयर थोड़ा आउट ऑफ फॉर्म है, शायद उनको थोड़ा करना चाहिए था, थोड़ा बहुत नीचे।
I mean, फील्डिंग प्रैक्टिस तो कर ही सकते थे. कर नहीं सकते थे क्या? और सी पिछले मैच में तो 50 ओवर्स गया भी नहीं मैच. पिछले मैच में क्या, उसके पहले मैच में भी 50 ओवर्स नहीं फील्डिंग किया है इंडिया ने. तो कर सकते थे, और
और
दोनों मैचेस में अंडर लाइट आपने फील्डिंग किया है. डे में भी नहीं.
सेकंड मैच से पहले बारिश था, तो फिर भी एक अंडरस्टैंडेबल था कि आप बारिश में
करेक्ट,
रिस्क नहीं लेना चाहते हो। आज तो वेदर भी
करेक्ट.
बहुत सही है, इवनिंग स्लॉट है, तो एटलीस्ट एक ऑप्शनल प्रैक्टिस ठीक है, चलता है। क्या बोल।
कल 12:30 लाइव करवाई सजेस्ट, तो हम कितने बजे करते हैं भाई? हाँ, वो थोड़ा 12, 12:30, 12:45 हो जाता है. मतलब
तो
क्या सुबह से लाइव करे, बताओ दीपक.
ग्राउंड के बाहर से है ना, तो थोड़ा इधर उधर हो ही जाता है, वो होता
हाँ,
है क्योंकि
बताओ मैं
नेट का
सुबह
इशू रहता
12
है
बजे से
बहुत।
मैं 12 बजे से कर लूँ लाइव. सुबह से लाइव चली जाओ यार करेंगे 12:30 वरना 12 सी बिटवीन 12:30 to 12:40 विल बी हियर
Yes,
पक्का
definitely.
चलो
Yes.
गाइस आई हैव टू गो इनसाइड फॉर द इंडिया प्रेस
Ekdam,
कॉन्फ्रेंस
ekdam.
या
Ekdam. So,
सी
Tushar,
यू
thank you everyone
टुमारो
for joining in. And all the updates now you have got from the Australia C and Australia practice session. So that's the two news that Sophie Molineaux might get a game time tomorrow, whatever the practice session that Tushar has observed. And there's a high chance that Georgia ball will get another match because Stevie Litchfield might not be involved in the match tomorrow because she is down with a quad strain. So let's see. And now someone will come from the Indian team for the PC. So definitely we'll discuss. We will get the piece. We will get the piece of both the pieces in our website. So please stay tuned on that. Till then, take care. Thank you, and let's meet tomorrow for the pre-match show. Thank you.
थैंक यू